Okay, here we go. On to the 11th letter of the alphabet, the K. This is a very important letter as well, because all the letters are essentially important. But this one stands for meaningful things, and a lot of things that you don't see, because K is used for one of our silent letters, as we know, and things happen when K is there. Alright, I might as well go through the words that I use. I have kin, because things of your kin. I also use key, because when you have the key to things, you got the key to things. And now what is this? I always have a third one. Is it because it's kangaroo? No, it's because it's kinetic. The power that works without you having to know it does. Getting into more of why I say kinetic is because K is the 11th letter. There's one already a solid unit of 10. Now we're starting a second unit of 10, and if you look at it, it is a V. But since we haven't got to a V yet, we'll just say it's a very straight C coming off the side of a K. But it's not. It's a V. So we'll say it for what it is. There's a line and a V coming out of it. It's expressing that way, like a C does. Up to this point, I've tried really hard not to mention any other letters that come after the one that the video we're on is speaking about. But the K is often paired with an N, and it's actually an odd thing to try to say right now so soon, but I have to mention that just like A skips over B, C into D to become a doorway, being the first letter into the fourth letter, we also have K being the first letter after 10, skipping over LM into another letter that is the doorway of it, which would at that point be N, into nature or into our notion. But we'll bring that up more when we get into N. As one of the last parts of this video, I'm going to include a little example with a king and his knights. There you have a K and an I, then you have a K and an N, because the KI is identified with something, and the KN is the king's notion of what is right. So a knight follows what a king says. He knows what the king says because the king's right. So he's the knight following the king's notions. So I myself would like to see a king and his knights without their trusty little knives take on a kangaroo. I don't think the knights would be so tough then. Then we'd let animals show humans what we call some good old outback justice. Especially to those morons who follow the king's orders aimlessly. Just saying. As for the letter K, that's about as far as we can go without going too deep at the moment. So we'll see you when we get to L. Since I'm tasked with this from the beyond, from what we truly are, not just our bodies, not just our souls and spirits, these words that we use, this is the power of the word. We have been so brought up believing one thing about the letters and words we speak that we haven't realized that it controls everything we've ever done. It's magic. It's definitely complete magic. And once you truly see it, everything will be better from the power of the letter.